Welcome back. You've been busy.
Been a little busy.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
You know.
Yep. It was a big weekend downtown. So.
No one saw me.
Yeah.
Brian Trust, that's on you. Welcome back. Mary Cordsby on the shelves. There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
Where do we start? I forgot how these segments work.
I know. The last one didn't make it here. So, we just have our new newsletter that came out. So people should be getting it in their mailboxes. They probably have already gotten it. I think last week it came out. So all of our new programs for the summer are in there, all of the programs and services that we're offering. So we're getting ready to gear up for summer.
So when do you start working on these programs? Is it, winter time that these start to be talked about? How's that look?
Usually in the spring, we're working late winter, early spring, we're working on summer, fall. We're usually about 2 newsletters ahead, just trying to get everything programmed. Now the summer reading program we'll finish up, give ourselves a couple of weeks, and then they'll start right back in planning. So it's sort of like just an ongoing program.
How is summer reading turning out?
It's going so well. So we're starting our 3rd week. Actually, we're starting our 4th week, and the kids have finishing up the 3rd week, have read over 2,000 books already for the summer.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they're doing so well. We have the staff's been doing such a great job. Sharon and Sam and Teresa and Megan and Rosa, they're doing such a great job. So yeah.
Well, and that's really good to hear too, because you guys really don't have a moment to lay the hair back a little bit and call, because it seems like it's all, you always are helping each other out too, and it's a great team out there.
It is, and we've been busy getting out in the community too. So we've gone to Juneteenth. We've gone.
That's right, you were at Juneteenth.
Yeah, we were at Juneteenth. We were are doing some not St. Peter and Paul. We're doing some Senior Services Plus. Bingo days, we're showing up there, just kind of promoting our services and programs. We're going to be going to St. Anthony's, or OSF is having an back to school event. We're going to be going out. So pretty much if there's a community event, we're there. So we've been trying to do a lot more outreach too.
Well, and how are you guys able to manage all that too? Because you guys always have your set schedules.
We do.
But when you add outreach, I think that's what folks don't realize is some of the most time-consuming activities,
Yeah, outreach while it's fun, you do have to make sure, everything's, our main priority obviously is making sure that there's coverage at the circulation desks and the referent desk and the children's desk and all of that. And so these are just some peripheral activities that we're able to do. So it's usually me going out, or Sharon going out, or Lacey going out. Somebody, Lauren, we had somebody from our tech services who's a cataloger. She went a couple weeks ago when I couldn't make it to Senior Services, so she stepped up. So we just kind of all step up and help each other out when we can. So.
I just think it's awesome. Just talking, even though we haven't had you on the show, we've had Tabitha on and talked about the seed library, and Lacey's been on.
Yep.
And it's just really cool to see how so many folks are getting out and about and spreading the Hayner message, It's
really nice too, because we're having groups that are coming to us and asking if we can go, if we can come or if we can partner with them. We were partnering with Jacoby Arts Center, partnering with the Sierra Club. We put in a native plant garden in front of the downtown library. Just kind of, it's really fun getting out there and spreading the word about the services and programs that we offer.
So is there anything big coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, so in the new newsletter, we've got quite a bit of new programming that's coming on, and I know we'll get into
Let's
them
dive in.
more in detail as they come along. But we actually have a really great. So we have a staff member, Pam DeCourcy. Pam writes the most amazing articles for our newsletter, and she has a really great way of writing. And she's written an article on the architecture of Lucas Pfeifenberger in Alton. Gave a little bit of the history of Lucas Pfeifenberger and the different projects that he worked on in town, and how many projects. He was really prolific and what he worked on here. And Pam Pam just has a really great way of writing, and so we have a really fun article. It's a 2-page article in the newsletter about Lucas Pfeifenberger. So I would love for people to check that out. You can go on our website and find the newsletter, or it's been mailed to you, and we have copies at the desk. That's a really fun one. But we have our Fine Amnesty program that's coming up. We're trying to do a Fine Amnesty program. We used to just do them twice a year.
Right.
Now we're trying to do one every quarter. And so this one is supplies for summer. So if you have any Hayner Library items that are long overdue, maybe they've even gone to the build status, you can return those to the library, and you can bring a personal hygiene product, deodorant, toothbrush, hand lotion, bottle of shampoo, something like that. You can bring that. We will waive your fine for items that are still checked out to you. We'll waive that fine, 1 item per overdue item. And then we'll donate that to the Crisis Food Center and to the Alton School District.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So that's going on for the month of July. So we have that happening. Our branching out classes, we're going to be
Are those getting big? Because I know that everyone's filling them up.
Yeah, they're huge. They're huge. And Beth is doing such a great job with those. They're July 11th and 18th from 10 to 11:30 at the Genealogy Library. This month, we're talking about vital records and how to research vital records from the church. We're calling it from the church to the courthouse. So basically everything in between. So how do you, if you're doing family history or you're doing genealogy, how do you go about finding those records and then interpreting them once you find them?
So that's a good. There was an individual, and I don't want to put it. I'm not going to say the name or anybody, but kind of upset looking for some relatives and some information about maybe some deceased relatives because they had some issues. And But if you ever need it, go over and check out the genealogy and local history department at Hayner, because I'm telling you what, it might not be the direct answers you need, but a good starting point.
It is a good starting point. And, Beth and Pam and Renee and George and Lacey, they've been doing this for so long that even if we don't have the resource at our library, they can probably direct you to the correct resource.
Yeah.
And it's not just things that we have in our library. We have Ancestry Library Edition that you can use. We have all kinds of city directories, things that could maybe point you in a direction of what you're looking for. So... yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What are we developing in the community?
Oh, so you're so good at reading upside down. We have the Madison County. It's something new that we're trying. The Madison County Community Development Information Session. We are partnering with with HUD. Well, it's actually the Madison County Community Block Grant Coordinator.
Okay.
They're coming, and we're going to be offering an open house for people to talk about what they would like to see the grant funding, the block grant funding, used for in the county. So if you have a question about, these grants are available, the funding is available, and if you have an idea of what it should be spent on, the community or the county wants to hear your opinions. And so we're offering up space on July 9th, Tuesday, July 9th at 6 p.m., and people can come, they can hear about the upcoming projects and then give their thoughts and feedbacks on future projects for the Madison County Development Block Grant.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's just a way...
You're a town square. I think that's what I love about all your programming, that there's normally an opportunity throughout the course of the newsletter being out those couple of months that folks can go and talk to the officials of, an Amy Ellick or a Senator Harris, or they can go and be a part of these development meetings, which are important, and you can really get a lot out of them if you do it the right way and, ask appropriate questions and email.
We do. We have some, Senator Erica Harris is going to have some traveling office hours at the library, and so not in July, they're taking off, but August and September, so you can come in and talk with somebody from the office, and that's a great way if you have a concern, or maybe there's a state program or state aid or something that you're not sure how to navigate, or if you have a concern about something going on, you can meet with them and talk with them. They're your elected representatives, so why not?
Yeah.
Why not have a place to meet and talk?
Hey, how'd Renee's obituary class go?
Really well. We expected nothing less. So she had a really good. It was a 2-part series, and the Saturday was the last one, and so the second one, and it went really well. So
So your summer reading retreat's coming up too?
It is. So that's coming up in July. That's July 19th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. and all of this is on our website too. And this is really fun. We've started doing these every quarter. Kristen, our new manager at Alton Square Mall, she has come up with these reading retreats, and so there's usually a theme. There's a snack, a craft, and then a chance for people to just kind of unwind. You can either meet with other people and talk about different books that you want to read, get book suggestions, trade authors, trade book titles. You can just come and kind of do your own thing somewhere in the library, so you can sit and just, some quiet time to read. If you don't have something that you want to read, we're going to have books out for you to peruse, or you can bring your own. It's just kind of a time to sit and talk about books or to read books. And this quarter, we're going to have a charcuterie and lemonade, and then you can paint a flower pot and talk about books and read, do all that kind of stuff.
That's
it's just
cool.
a chance for people to get together and hang out.
Well, that's just really cool.
Yeah.
And I just love that you guys do the retreats too. And how many, is that newer? The retreat?
So we started those in the winter. So we've had one in the winter, one in the spring, and this will be our third one. And so they're really well attended. People really like them. It's kind of a fun way to spend a Friday evening. It's all free.
Yeah.
So, just kind of a great way to hang out with other book people. Or if you're an introvert, come and do your own thing. Have a snack, make your craft, and then kind of head to a quiet corner of the library and just read for an hour. You can stay for the whole time. You can stay for a few minutes. Do whatever you want to do.
There's one I'm holding off on because I'm going to tease it for the break. But the NGK band is coming?
Yes, they are coming. So they're going to be at the Jacoby Art Center. We're sponsoring it's our adult programs. We've been partnering with Jacoby, and so they're going to be our last program at Jacoby before they head out of their building. So that's going to be Friday, August 2nd. Normally we don't do programs on Fridays, but we decided we wanted to do this one on a Friday night. So this is going to be a really fun way for people to just come. We always have information about the library, so you can learn about all our programs and services, but also just kind of have a good time. And so the NGK band is going to be playing, and my favorite thing about that was he asked how long we wanted him to play, and we said, about an hour. That's how long our programs usually are. And he says, I'm going to put you down for 2, because once we start rocking, we're not stopping. And he said, people are going to want to dance. So we're inviting people to come out to the Jacoby Art Center Friday, August 2nd at 7 o'clock. Maybe have dinner at a local business around.
There you go.
Flock or DeCaro's, someplace like that. And then walk over to Jacoby, and we'll have that at 7 o'clock.
So I got to ask you, is there any plans on continuing that partnership if a new spot's found?
Yeah. We've had some really great feedback from patrons. We usually have our adult programs. We try to do an adult program once a month, just an entertainment or cultural event for people to come to and enjoy or learn. And so we usually do those in our programming room upstairs at Alton Square Mall. But we thought, we're all about getting out into the community and trying to find new people to come to enjoy the library's programs and services. So we thought, we'll partner with Jacoby. This will be great. And it's been a really great, fun partnership. And, if they end up somewhere else, we're going to try and keep doing that partnership in some way. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, before we take a quick break, we're going to be talking about Code Talkers. This is really cool.
Yeah.
And we actually learned of this from the North Alton Godfrey Business Council.
We did.
And this is one you don't want to miss. So let me take my last break of the hour. 10:44 is the time. We'll take a few minutes here. Go get some coffee. Go yell at your kids, whatever you got to do. We'll come back in a couple of minutes with more of Mary Cordes and Hayner Library for Beyond the Shelves on our daily show.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alt Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. 10:49, a little ELO for you as we're wrapping up this Monday morning. I haven't drank in 2 days. I think it was just Brian that got me. I'm telling you what, Mary, there are going to be a lot of apology cards mailed out in the next couple of weeks. We were talking about the Illinois Heartland, or the Illinois Library Presents.
Mm-hmm.
I always get, is it the Illinois Heartland system?
It's Illinois. It's through a consortium of all the libraries in the area that want to participate in it, which we do. It's Illinois Libraries Presents, and so what these are a consortium of libraries that have come together, and because we've been able to partner with each other, we're able to pool our resources and then bring in big name authors.
Yeah.
And in September, we have probably our biggest one yet, which is Neil Gaiman. And Neil Gaiman has written tons of graphic novels. TV shows are based on his books, and so he's going to be speaking. That'll be September 17th at 7 p.m. and you can watch that from home.
That's
so
really
you can
cool.
You can register and then you can watch it from home. So online.
Well, and the big one though I wanted to talk about was this. And we had a great presentation.
We did
at the North Alton Godfrey Business. I forget what month that was.
Yeah, May. It was May.
Was it?
Yeah.
Whew. Thank you. And we had Mayor Morrow there talking about the wall and the National Memorial of a Monument of Ascent. Wonderful. But he was talking about code talkers and how they were going to be part of the demonstration. And now fill me in on how you're kind of stumbled, or how you reached out and brought this into the library.
It
in a little
kind
bit
of
more.
worked out really well because we were just getting ready to put the newsletter to bed and roll it out for the summer. And we went to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council meeting, saw Mayor Morrow from Grafton, and he was talking about the National Memorial of Military Ascent, and he was talking about the people that would be coming to Grafton in July to model for these for the statues that they're going to be having there. And he talked about Warren Goll. And Warren is a maternal descendant of the Comstock Seneca Cayuga tribe of the Little Sandusky River. And he was talking about the role that code talkers played, the Native American code talkers played in World War II, and specifically at D-Day. And it sounded like a really interesting story. And I thought, I think, part of the mission statement of the library is to bring educational and cultural programming to our patrons. And I thought this kind of fits the bill on so many different fronts.
Well, what I think's amazing, just to add on, I mean, it's not just World War II either. I mean, we won the American Revolution. A lot of it, people gave credit, if you look at the history books, to the Native Americans and their strategies that General Washington kind of stole and said, we're going to use them. And we're going to use camouflage. And we aren't going to walk out in bright red coats in the middle of a field and say, let's fight.
Exactly, yeah. And so, and the more Mayor Morrow was talking, the more I thought, I think our patrons would really like this.
Yeah.
And so it just worked out so perfectly with the newsletter deadline and the timing that we were scheduling our programs for him being here in July. So on Tuesday, July 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at our Alton Square Mall location, Warren Goll is going to be coming, and he's going to be talking about the role that the code talkers, the Native American code talkers, played when on D-Day on June 6th, and then just in general World War II, their role in World War II. But it's a really fascinating history, and kind of a history that we don't really talk about and we don't really know about all that much. And so he's going to be coming and talking about that. And so it's free. It's a free program. We just ask people to call and register, which is 1-800-613-3163. Again, it's on our website. So you can find it on our events calendar. But that's Tuesday, July 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Mall Library.
And how long is that going to run?
That will be about an hour. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a really fascinating topic, too, because whenever we were hearing just a little bit of it, it kind of piqued my interest right away.
It really did. And I mean, Mayor Morrow is he's such a colorful storyteller. Yeah. I mean, he really draws you in.
He really does.
And he'll be there. And so they're going to be just kind of setting the scene of what it was like and what the Native American servicemen, how really they helped us on that day immensely.
Well, I would have never thought, me, thinking out loud, it's just with technology in World War II, you wouldn't have thought that a code talker would be a way that you would utilize intelligence, but that's just wonderful.
Well, and I really love World War II. I love history in general, and I really love World War II. History, part of it is I had a grandfather who served in World War II, and I just find that era really, really interesting. And I had never heard about the code talkers at D-Day. And so I thought, if I read a lot and I know a lot and I didn't know this, it's just going to be a really interesting story for people to hear. So.
Well, and honestly, Mr. Gall is a pretty impactful man. I'm looking on your website. I mean, he's the National Memorial of Military Ascent Chaplain, currently resides in Guadalajara, Mexico. And I'm looking at some of these, filming in on him.
Yeah. So when I got his biography to put in the newsletter so that people could understand his background and whether, it would help determine whether people wanted to come. Like I said, he's a maternal descendant of the Comstock Seneca tribes of the Little Sandusky River. He serves as a Native American Indian traditional practitioner verified to conduct rites and ceremonies by the United Indians of All Tribes Foundation. He's a chaplain for the Intertribal Warriors Society Honor Guard, the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe in Washington, and he was the 2023 recipient of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's Jr. Beloved Community Award Community Partnership from the Washington State Department of Social and Health Services. Wow. And he also was in the Army. He served in Vietnam, and he received a Bronze Star Medal.
That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, he's going to be a really, really interesting program.
Now, I just think this is wonderful. What I think's really cool about this is that we're utilizing a community resource like Hayner to learn more about something that's happening in Grafton, because it gives a backstory to it and really brings that significance to why, number one, they're putting the monument there. It adds kind of to that story too, but also the ins and outs of things we never even thought of.
Exactly. And so it's just another part of our history and a part of our history. And like I said, it fits perfectly in with the library's mission statement to bring, cultural, educational, and entertainment resources to our patrons. So it kind of fits all three.
How would you have acted the day before D-Day if you were a president of the United States or General Eisenhower?
I've kind of thought about it not from that perspective but just the servicemen.
Yeah.
And, what were they thinking, knowing what was going to happen? And if you ever get a chance to read, there's 2 pieces of really powerful historical documents. One is Eisenhower's letter to the troops the eve before D-Day.
Mm-hmm.
It actually brings me to tears. When you read it, it's just a beautiful piece of writing. But then the more interesting one is the letter that he wrote, or it's not a letter, it was scribbled, handwritten, that he wrote about if things didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
He took all responsibility and said these men gave all that they could, and this is completely on me. Fortunately for all of us, he didn't have to publish that. But yeah, it's incredible.
I was reading a little bit of the Churchill book, and I saw that he was not the biggest fan of the idea going into it. Right?
Yeah,
it just but I just thought about thinking there, how would you act knowing that you're responsible for
the magnitude of what is about to happen and what potentially could happen, and the number of lives that he knew were going to be lost, and what could have happened if it didn't turn out the way that it did. So
and I just think the tie-in too to have Native Americans a part of World War II, especially let's be honest, out of all the crap the government of the United States did to Native Americans for 200 years and the Trail of Tears, to still be there to be a patriot and help out in this fight is pretty amazing.
It really is. I mean, it just really reinforces, that we're all in this together, and we all have differences in our past, and this is just another aspect of people stepping up when they were called to serve.
I just love it. I mean, I'm all for this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting program.
I think it's going to be a sellout one.
Yeah,
I really do.
And honestly, that's one of the reasons why we want people to call and register, because we have 2 places where we can hold a program. One is in our multi-purpose room, which is where we're having it, which is inside the library. But if we have, the response that we hope that we're going to have, we can always move it upstairs to our larger programming room too. So yeah, that's kind of, we're anticipating a good sized crowd for this, which we should. And if need be, we can just move it upstairs. So yeah.
Well, and going forward, is there anything else in the next 2 minutes that we haven't hit on? What's coming down the pipeline?
We have lots of stuff that are coming up. We've talked about the NGK band. We talked about the Code Talkers.
What's the most recent?
The most recent will be the Madison County Community Development Series.
This is cool.
And then we actually have at our Genealogy and Local History Library on July 10th, and then a repeat on July 13th. Dr. D. Kilgo is coming to talk about George Caleb Bingham and the river paintings. And so she's going to be talking about the Missouri artist George Caleb Bingham and the images that he painted focusing on life on the Missouri and Mississippi rivers and this economic significance of the waterways in our western expansion. And so some of his art is available to view at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, but there's some at the St. Louis Art Museum that you can go and see. And so she's going to be talking about that. So that will be in July. Again, that'll be on our website. So we have that coming up too.
I forget I'm talking to you Monday, so I don't really need to cram it all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to learn literally more about this Code Talkers next week, and I'll have to see if we can get Warren in for a preview or something.
That would be fantastic.
To kind of promote
yes,
it.
because I've been talking with Mayor Morrow, and so that would be really
a really
interesting.
cool way to promote everything.
Yeah, I would love that.
Stay tuned. We'll take care of it here at RiverBender.com. We're out of time today. I'll see you live at 9 tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the 25th of June. We're almost into July.
Yep. I know, isn't it crazy?
We're getting there.
Oh my gosh. It feels like it.
It
too.
does.
It's hot.
So on that note, stay cool today and just try your best to stay out of jail.